Hello there and welcome to another episode of Regular Beer Reviews, where regular doesn't refer to the beers being reviewed, but to the reviewer, myself. I'm Jesse, and today I'm going to be reviewing a beer that I've never had before. This is only the second beer I've ever had from Ommegang. This is their Abbey Ale. Now, the only other beer I've ever had from them is their Three Philosophers. I've never done a review on it, but when I got this, I also picked up a bottle of that, and so I'm going to be doing a review of that in a couple days. Anyway, yeah, let's get into the numbers on this beer. Beer Advocate gives it a 93, which is outstanding. That's with 3,263 ratings. So that's pretty good to have that high of a number of ratings and the number be that high, 93. I mean, that's a great score. The Bros give it a 100, which is world class, and Rate Beer gives it a 99 overall, with a 100 for the style. So just like the Maudit, which was in my last review, this is a beer that basically gets amazing scores. So a lot of these Belgian beers do, man. They seem to score really well, and the reason why is because they're fucking delicious. They're really good beers. Anyway, let's see here. It has an ABV of 8.5%, so it's a moderately big beer. The style is a double. It has a year-round availability. I'm not sure what the IBUs are on this, but if you didn't know, Ommegang is out of Cooperstown, New York. So let's read what it says on the bottle here. It specifically tells you here, I'm going to try not to tilt it too much, because it specifically says here, pour slowly so as not to disturb the yeast sediment, but with enough vigor to create a luxurious head and release the rich bouquet. So this is one of those beers, it's a double. It has sediment on the bottom, it is bottle fermented, but you don't want to stir that sediment up because it'll actually ruin the flavor of the beer. A lot of like wheat beers and saisons and stuff, that sediment on the bottom, you want to stir that up and you want to get it in the beer because that's where all the flavor's at. But there are certain beers like doubles and triples, you want to keep all of that sediment at the bottom of the bottle. You don't want it to mix in with the beer because it's there for fermentation, but it'll actually give kind of an off flavor to the beer. It's not bad for you to have it or anything, but it's just it'll kind of offset the flavor of the beer. You can't really enjoy the flavors like you should because they get masked by the yeast. So anyway, it says Brewery Ommegang is 3,264 miles, which is 3,264 miles. It's funny that it throws that number out because and I mean, this is a complete coincidence because these Beer Advocate gets updated all the time with new reviews, but right now they're sitting at 3,263 ratings. That's only one number less. I just noticed that off the top of my head. Anyway, it's 3,264 miles from Brussels, but its heart is right in Belgium. It was created out of our devotion to unique ales brewed by the country where brewing is an art and partaking is a passion. And it says part of the Duvel family of fine ales. I remember doing a review on Duvel. I believe I did a review on Duvel. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did a review on Duvel. It was one of my first reviews. But yeah, it's owned by the same company. It says on the other side here, Ommegang Abbey Double is inspired by the centuries-old brewing traditions of Belgian Trappist monks. Named after Belgium's oldest medieval fest, every bottle of Ommegangs is cause for celebration. And remember, the most profound joy has more of gravity than of gaiety in it. Montaigne, however you pronounce that. It says visit us for daily tours and tastings. So, and then it says on the front here, brewed and bottled only in Cooperstown, New York at Brewery Ommegang. Ommegang Abbey Ale is a Belgian-style Abbey double, yielding a rich, fruity, and aromatic Burgundian brew. So, this I'm excited to try this because it gets such high reviews. For this, just like in my last review when I did the Maudit, ooh, good bit of smoke there, good bit of smoke. For this, I'm going to be using the Leffe glass again. You know, I still haven't had Leffe out of this. I'm going to buy a bottle just to drink it out of this. I mean, I've already done a review on it, so I'm not going to do another one, but I gotta buy a bottle of Leffe just to have it out of the glass. I just picked it up. I did a tour of the Budweiser plant in Jacksonville and picked this up. So anyway, let's get this poured. You know, I really don't care for Budweiser or most of the beers they put out. But when I took the tour last week, when I got this glass, and there's one, and I haven't seen it in any stores. I don't even know where to find it to do a review on it. But I liked it pretty well. I thought it was a pretty good beer. It was Shock Top Chocolate Wheat. They said it was a winter seasonal. They said it had been out, and this was last week. They said it had been out for about 6 weeks. It was only going to be available for another 6 weeks. And if I see it, I want to get one so I can do a review on it. But it's a really, really good beer. I thought, I mean, it wasn't like amazing, honestly, and I'm not sitting here to do a review on it, but off the top of my head, I mean, I tried it there. I think I would probably give it like an 8 out of 10, and that's a Shock Top. Shock Top, which most of their beers normally I'd give like a 6 out of 10. I would have given this one an 8 out of 10. I thought it had good flavor, good mouthfeel, a lot of character, so that was a good beer. But anyway, that's enough about that. Let's get into the Ommegang Abbey Ale. Let's get an appearance on it. I think it probably had about a one-finger head, but I've been talking for a minute and it's kind of dissipated. Not quite a frothy ring, just a very, very thin quarter-finger head. It is a nice light brown, very reddish tints coming through. A little bit of carbon. I'm not seeing a huge amount of carbonation streaming up, but a little bit of carbonation. Let's go on ahead and get a nose on this. Oh wow, that smells fruity, very fruity, like apples. Like that smells like big Granny Smith apples. Very, very fruity. Maybe some like grapes, like red grapes, like or raisins, like but really grapey, really red grapes. I'm smelling a little bit of like maybe some cinnamon or something like that. Maybe some clove. Smelling a little like a caramel malt. It's very nice. Smelling some yeastiness. Not really smelling any hops, but let's go ahead and jump into this. And I don't smell any alcohol either for 8.5%. I mean, this is bigger than the Maldite was. This says on here somewhere. I don't know. I don't see it now. But anyway, I believe. Oh, never mind. I got it written right here. 8.5%. I don't know why I looked on the damn bottle for so long. It's written right there. 8.5%. Yeah, this is 8.5%. And the Maldite was only like 8. Shit, I can't remember that either. It was. I think it was right at 8%. Yeah, it was right at 8%. So this is even bigger than that was. And yeah. So let's jump into this and see what it's all about. Oh my god. That is like, from one sip, I can tell you that is like one of the best doubles I've ever had. That is fucking delicious. Nice mouth, medium mouth feel. Nice carbonation, but it still sticks to the tongue well. Those caramel malts in there are fucking beautiful. So rounded, slightly roasty. I mean, just a little bit of sweetness. It's like just that. I'm not even talking about the whole beer. Just the caramel flavor is like perfectly balanced between the roastiness and the sweetness, and that's all of that is just at the front of the palate. Then you get this really nice, the fruitiness, and like I said, on the aroma it's apples. On the flavor it's a little more of a grapiness, still kind of appley, but like red grapes, really robust, really flavorful. You get little hints of spice notes in there, like cinnamon. There's a little spice there that I would contribute to, like ginger or something. Like mid top of the palate. It's like ginger or something, just a little bit of a zing. At the end, I'm getting a slight bitterness that it's like kind of a little floral, little citrusy. I might contribute it to hops. This is a well-balanced beer. This is more of a complex beer than I thought it was going to be. There's a nice yeasty quality in there to it. Obviously, I mean, I believe it's, I'm not sure if it's bottle fermented. I know there's definitely, yeah, I can see the sediment. A good thing I didn't kick up a lot of it. I can see the sediment on the bottom of the bottle. So I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to, it says right on the bottle not to kick it up. But, I kicked up a tiny bit of it. I can see it's a little more cloudy now than when I originally poured it. But, this, I mean, it's well balanced. It's flavorful. I love the way the fruit components and the spice components, I mean, they're in the middle, and then you got the malts, and I can even taste some hops. And for this style, usually hops aren't really big. And it's super mild, but I can certainly make out the hops at the end. It's like a floralness, slight bitterness. I don't know what the IBUs are on this, but if I could guess, I would say 20, 25, maybe not even 30, like 20, 25 I would think. So not bitter really at all, but there's a little bit of a bitterness at the back end, and with that bitterness I get those hop qualities. This is a really, really tasty beer. It's really well balanced. I love this beer. I'm going to give Ommegang Abbey Ale a 10 out of 10. This gets a 10 out of 10 from me. That's an A+. That's my best score. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. This is a tasty, tasty beer. I like this better than the Maldite. Hell, I love the Uniblaue beers. I love them. But I like this better than any of those that I've had so far. I've only had 3 that I've had so far. I got another one in the fridge I'm going to do. As a matter of fact, I got another 2 in the fridge that I'm going to be doing in the next couple days. So one of those might blow me. But that's a great brewery. I absolutely love their beers. But this beer, in particular, is better than what I've had from them so far. And not putting them down in any way. I'm just giving an example of an absolutely amazing brewery that I've had recently, and this tops that. I mean, this beer tops that. This is really, really good. Again, I've only ever had 2 beers. The 3 Philosophers, I'll get into that with the review that I do, because I have one in the fridge. Excuse me, I'm going to get into that with the review that I do. I've had it before. And, but anyway, this is a fucking tasty, tasty beer. So, cheers. I'm actually just trying to see the time here, and I'm running over, like, way much. So, again, I'm going to give Ommegang Abbey Ale. I'm going to give this beer a 10 out of 10. It's a good beer. It's a fucking amazing beer. So, if you see it, definitely pick it up. At 8.5%, it's not super sessionable, but, I mean, you're going to want to have more than one, so just have a couple, so you don't get totally wrecked. It's definitely drinkable. This is a tasty beer. This is an amazing beer. So pick it up if you see it. Thank you for watching. Keep watching again in the future for more reviews. Prost.